Hi, Tom Vizzini here, EssentialSkills.com. I want to talk to you today a little bit about confidence. And, it's one of the most overused phrases that I've ever heard in my life, or overused concepts that I've ever heard. And the idea that you just need more confidence. And, and I hear it all the time. Somebody's having a bad time, and somebody well-meaningly tells them, you just need to boost your confidence up. And it sounds like a great idea. Or they'll look at me and they're having a bad time. They go, my confidence is completely shot. All right. Yep, totally get that. All right. I want to be more confident. Something, all of those things sound like they're really good ideas, except it's impossible to be confident. All right. Let me tell you why this is. It's going to sound like a radical idea to you, but there's no such thing as confidence. It does not exist. Okay? The confidence is not a thing. Confidence is a result. Confidence is what happens when there's the absence of fear, doubt, anxiety, insecurity, and all of those things, because truly people who appear confident don't have confidence. They're just living their lives. So, when I hear people say, hey, you just need to be more confident, it makes no sense to me. It's like, you might as well say, hey, there's this overweight guy, all right? You're a little heavy. I think what you really need is more skinny. Okay, so you need to be more skinny. You have to add more skinny to yourself in order to become skinny. Now, it makes no sense, all right? What you really have to do to be more skinny is eat right and exercise more, all right? There's no way to be skinny, just like there's no way to be confident. You can't add skinny to someone who's trying to lose weight and watch them lose weight. It's just not possible. Now, the problem we run into is there's what we call, what's been done, the old way of doing things, okay? The old way, the self-help way, the 7 billion sales books and management books and, confidence building books tell you the same way. But here's how you wake up in the morning, okay? That's your confidence level. Okay, so what you do when you're not feeling confident is you try to pump up a good feeling. Now, a lot of people plug all kinds of good feelings in. The one that I technically, or most commonly hear, is powerful. I'm going to be more powerful. So they add power and boom, more confidence. Isn't that handy? Now they're more confident. Yay. Okay, and they do it more, and they're more confident, and more, and more, and more, and more. Now they're super confident, which, by the way, is annoying, okay? And then all of a sudden, they wake up the next day, or in a few hours from now, and their confidence is right back where it was, all right? Why does this happen? Because it's like waking up every morning with a flat tire. You wake up, the tire's flat, you look at it, what do? You pump up the tire. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I'm going to pump up the tire. I'm going to go do what I want. I'm going to run around all day. It's going to run perfectly. And the next day, it's flat again. Why? Because you didn't fix the problem. Okay? You didn't take care of the things that's causing the tire to be flat. So you pump all that up, and all of that artificial confidence just leaks away overnight. And you've got to do it every single day. And hey, something? Some people say, hey, Tom, and it just drives me nuts. So what if I have to pump myself up every day? So what if I have to do that? Well, there's a problem with that. And the problem is quite simple. This is your brain. All right? Down here we have the reactive part of the brain. Okay? Primal reactive. Works on, basically, fight, flight, fear, and sex. Okay? All right? So we basically call those the 4 F's, plug in for sex. So you've got, those things. Now, when you pump yourself up, all you're doing is amplifying one of these 4 F's. What's the result? You end up having a more reactive life. Okay? You pump yourself up to become more of this part of the brain, which sounds like a good idea, except, as I've said in the last tape that we put out, you have up here is the creative, adaptive part of the brain, the thinking, problem-solving part of the brain. But the more you pump yourself up, the less access you have to that part of your brain. That part of your brain essentially gets cut off. And now all you are is a super confident moron, which is not the best way to run through the world, let me tell you. Okay, so let me give you another idea of what this does. Because you have to understand one more thing. Pumping up your confidence, again, intellectually, rationally, when you think about it, sounds like a good idea. But what are you really doing? The more you pump, the more fragile you become. Oh no, what do you mean? No, I'm super confident. No, you're not. The more you pump up a state by artificially infusing it with power, whatever kind of power, I can do anything. I'm king of the world. Everybody else is wearing underwear and it looks stupid. I am a god, whatever it is. Okay. The more you pump that up, the more fragile it actually becomes. And as you pump it up, as you get to that super confident state, so quote unquote, I'm using air quotes. Oh my God, quote unquote, super confident state. All right. It takes almost nothing to make that confidence go away. Because it's the more you pump, the more fragile it becomes. The more fragile it becomes, boom, the more easy it is to destroy. The smallest setback completely deflates your confidence because it goes counter to what you should believe. If you're a super powerful, wonderful human being, then nobody should say no to you. There should be no when you're in a sales, there should be no objections. There should be everything. You should get everything done all your time. Everybody should agree with you. Everybody should listen to you. And you know something? You know what happens? Sooner or later, you've got nothing. Your balloon explodes. Boom. What are you left with? That's just pathetic. All right? That is what you're left with. The reality of what you have left is this, because you've artificially pumped yourself up. So what's the answer? Okay, it's very, very frustrating. Okay? What's it mean to you? It means you've wasted time. You've put a tremendous amount of energy and effort into somewhere to pump yourself up. You've actually gotten nowhere. And you want an answer because you're confused and you can't figure out what's wrong with you. All right? It's just quite simple. All right? The answer is starting to clean away the fears, doubts, and anxieties that suck away your natural level of self-confidence. Okay? You have a natural level of confidence. And I think, when you think about it, you have a natural level of confidence, and it's here. It's your natural existence. I'm not even going to call it confidence. I'll make up a new word for it, but I don't know what it's going to be right now. Okay? But it's your natural level of going on through the world. Then when you have fear, doubt, anxiety, that suppresses your ability to do things, and you become reactive. You just run in 7 million different directions. You have no clue what you're going to do. And this gets erased. Now, your natural level of whatever, new word I'll come up with, okay, but your natural level of self-confidence is way down here. And then you think you can pump this up by artificially putting in power. All right? And again, like I said, when you do that, what do you end up? Boom, 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 boom. Fragile. Okay? Fragile, fragile, fragile. So what's the answer? The answer is to get your brain working right. Okay? This means making the small changes that are necessary on a daily basis to start cleaning up what we call learned helplessness. Now, this is really a concept you have to think about. Learned helplessness is the feeling of helplessness that is based upon not any real physical problem. It's based upon your belief that you cannot accomplish the thing you're about to accomplish. All right? And when you talk about pumping up your confidence, I'm sorry, it just drives me mad. When you talk about pumping up your confidence, you're trying to overpower learned helplessness. There's only one way to get rid of this problem, and it's quite simple. You need to re-engage the creative adaptive part of your brain. All right? You need to re-engage that. You have to bring it back into focus, pull it back online so that you are a problem solver. Because your brain has the ability to solve problems instead of just, being blind and reactive. Okay? So this is what happens. And the more you pump yourself up, actually, the more blind and reactive. Now, how do you do this? Well, the first thing you have to do is identify what is getting in your way. Here is you, Okay, here is where you want to go. All right. All right. Here is the obstacle. The obstacle is created by emotions like fear, doubt, anxiety, uncertainty. Okay? When you alleviate the fear, doubt, anxiety, and uncertainty, you can easily move from point A to point B without a wall in the way. Our favorite way to do this is a process we came up with called the 3D mind, which I'll explain more of in the next tape. So hope you like this. Keep in mind, we have a London seminar coming up in October, which I'll put a link to this underneath this video. You guys have fun, and I'll talk to you soon.